Aloha, welcome back to our channel. We are in Kauai celebrating our 6-year wedding anniversary. Hawaii time is 3 hours earlier than Arizona, so we were up at like 3:30 a.m. and we decided to come up to Waimea Canyon Lookout, and you can't really see anything. It's foggy.
So I put the background here so you kind of get like the nice mist going over there. This is supposed to be a gorgeous lookout, looking over the ocean and not the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon of Kauai. You were supposed to be able to see the ocean on the way up here. That didn't work either.
I saw a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Yeah. But we can show you what it would look like over here.
So this is what we should be looking at right now. Instead, we got this.
A beautiful hour drive to see some fun.
I will say the drive was super fun. Mm-hmm. We rented a convertible Mustang, and I haven't had that much fun driving a car up a road, like windy road, in a long time. So that was super fun. Wish we could see what we came up here to see, but we still have lots of other fun things planned for this trip.
Including a doorless helicopter ride tomorrow. Hopefully it's not foggy.
Right. This would be a problem for the helicopter ride.
That might get canceled.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow is more clear. Ironically, so we woke up this morning and decided to come up here because we were Googling, and it said the best thing is to get here early because if you get here later, it's more likely to have fog roll in. We
were the only car on the road.
Yeah.
And now we know why. Everyone probably looked at the weather and saw that it's foggy. I mean, it was dark out. How were we supposed to know? Yeah. And plus the Wi-Fi in our room didn't work so well.
Yeah, so we will go over this. So one of the things on this video is going to be how we're staying here for like 5 nights for $500. So we'll talk about that back at the hotel. But at our hotel, we have perfectly fine service, except we can't connect to the Wi-Fi anywhere on the resort. And in our room, there's just a total dead zone. No cell phone, no Wi-Fi. Nothing. So that's fun. So we had to leave our room and go sit in the lobby in order to have service to look at something to come do this morning since we were up so early.
But it's okay because we're in Hawaii, we're in paradise, and we're gonna make the best of it.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And we're gonna go find some breakfast now, since we already had our Starbucks at like 5 a.m. Which we got in the car to drive to, and we realized it was right behind where we're staying. So we can walk there tomorrow.
So, all right, well, we had kind of hoped that staying up here a little bit, the sun was going to come up and burn off some of this fog. That is not happening. The sun is up now, you just can't tell. So we're going to look around and go find some breakfast.
We have the whole place to ourselves. Can't see anything.
Where are the dinosaurs? There's definitely dinosaurs here somewhere. Look at this.
You can Photoshop them in the video.
Yeah, I'm not that talented with, no, that won't be happening.
We drove a little bit further and there was an even better view.
Yeah.
Lots of green.
The top is still covered in fog, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, this is spectacular. And actually, I do think they filmed like some of Jurassic Park here, if I remember right. Yeah. So, you know, there could be dinosaurs, you don't know.
Okay, so we're on the vacation club side pool area. It's a lot more quieter. They do have grills to cook food. Um, there is no restaurant over here or bar. They do have a vending machine, but it's definitely a lot more quieter if you don't like, you know, the kids running around, the loudness of people. We'll show you the pool on the hotel side. That one is right, it's beachfront right on the water, so you can, you can watch the ocean, you can go down to the beach, or just hang out by the pool, have drink service.
One thing I like about this one is, obviously you can see there's a bunch of umbrellas. It's pretty easy to find a spot here with shade, especially in the afternoon. Right now in the morning, there's not as much shade over here. But the other pool, unless you're down there super early, you're not going to get a shaded spot. Here we've been able to come over in the afternoon and grab a spot in the shades without any problem, so that's kind of nice.
Right, so they also have daily activities. They have schedules you can do. They have like you can make lays, you can learn the hula dance, you can do scuba diving. They have surf lessons that cost extra money though, anything with a dollar sign. I think only surf lessons is the things that cost extra. So that's available to you throughout the day. I think like for the lei making stuff, it books up fast. Like I think it only allows like 15 people, so you want to get to the list. It's usually by the pool on the hotel side where you can sign up for daily activities, and you want to get there early because it fills up fast. So we are walking over to the resort side now. They have another gym over here. It's a little bit bigger, still not a whole lot of stuff. Maybe one bike, some weights, a cable machine, and a couple of treadmills. The one on the vacation side, I want to say like 2 treadmills and a couple of weights, and that was about it. They also have a little market that is open from like 6 a.m. to 3:30, or 6 a.m. to 12:30, and then 3:30 to late afternoon. You can get some sandwiches and coffee there. Also have just, if you forget any toiletries and stuff. So they have 2 restaurants here. They're both over on the hotel side. One is Rumfire. It's an upscale restaurant, seafood and steaks, right?
I think so, yeah.
We were gonna go there one night and then decided to go to the other restaurant, Lava, that is right by the poolside. So they have 2, they actually have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's always different menus. Pretty good food. I mean, it's resort food, so it's not great, but it's not bad. All right, so it's pretty quiet around here. The places that you'll see most people is by the main pool on the resort side here. But at nighttime, around 6 o'clock, when the sun starts setting, everyone comes out here. It is fully packed to watch the sunset. So if you want the chairs, we came out about 6:25 last night, yeah, and it was packed and people were already sitting down. So if you want a seat, you definitely want to get out here early to watch the sunset. That's like one of the big events around here in Hawaii, to watch the sunset every night. So we'll probably maybe try and get out here early tonight so we can get a nice seat and watch the sun go down. We had to leave a few minutes early last night. We did get some pretty pictures, but we had reservations at 7 that we had to make. So we left just before the sunset, but it was still gorgeous.
We haven't actually played any of these, but they've got some games kind of all over the property. We've got bags back here. There's like a giant Connect 4 right over here. They've got a, what is that thing? Foosball. A couple other things. So kind of cool that there's little games kind of scattered all around.
Okay, so we are now at the resort pool. It's a lot bigger. All the chairs pretty much face the ocean. A lot of them aren't in the shade. This morning, There's a few in the shade, but unless you have an umbrella, you're not gonna get any shade. So when we hung out over here, we just hung out for a few hours, then we go back to the vacation side to be more in the shade. They have lava over in the corner. We've eaten lunch and dinner there. And then they have these little flags on the chairs that you can, the lounge chairs that you can put up, and the waitress will come around. Waiter will come around and get drinks, food for you. So yeah, they have cabanas that you can rent. We haven't looked at the prices yet. The only thing is they're in the sun the whole time. So that's kind of a downside. And they only have a couch inside and no like personal loungers, where we've rented cabanas before and they all had like loungers sitting outside the cabana. So nice place to hang out. So just, it's in the sun all day long. That's the only issue.
If you're not interested in a cabana, you can get one of these like daybed-like things, I guess. Also not really sure what these cost, but these were pretty much all filled up pretty much every day when we came by here, actually. It's still fairly early. It's only 9 a.m. right now, so not too many people out here yet, but I'm sure these will be packed later in the day.
And they're wood, so they don't look very comfortable.
I think they put towels down. I don't know if they put pad. I hope they put some kind of pad down. I'm not really sure.
You know, maybe she has. Is that like a...
Yeah, it looks like
a pad. Yeah. So we are standing on Poipu Beach. It's very sandy over here, and then this way it's very rocky, kind of lava looking. And I want to say further down, I don't know what it's called. There's like a, what's one of those like
spouting horn?
Yes, spouting horn. So we're gonna test the water out. Hopefully it's warmer than the pool. The pool was a little cold, but once you were in it for a while, it would, you warmed up a little bit. Got our water socks on. Water socks. Andrew was stung by a stingray in 2020 when we were in San Diego. We rented a condo out, and he got stung, and then 2 seconds later, our son got stung. So that was fun. And then some random guy walking by said, "Pee on yourself." So
no, he did not say pee on yourself.
Oh, hot water. He said hot water.
Like,
sorry.
as hot water as you
it's
can.
It's jellyfish. Yes, jellyfish. You pee on yourself.
Anyways, this beach is, I don't know if it's private to Sheraton
I don't think
stays,
so.
But it's pretty quiet. So Poipu Beach is world famous as one of like the most amazing beaches, so cannot complain. Let's go see how the water is.
Alright, so Poipu Beach is known for its surfing, I believe. And I will say, yeah, I can see it. There's a pretty strong current here that's gonna kind of suck you out, and the waves they're not huge, but they're decent size. Not probably the best place for small kids to come in, at least not today. For adults, probably okay, but you can see Bear here is struggling too. And we're
on like still this part.
Like we're not far in. So definitely be a little cautious of that if you're bringing small kids. Probably not the most swimmable beach for them, but there is the pool for that, so.
going on a trip in our little rocket ship. Little Einstein. Hi. We're going to get pokey. I'm not in a rocket ship, apparently.
Yeah, she's had one mimosa. Alright. I got the damai, which is like a shoyu-based sauce with avocado and onion. This got some edamame and rice, aki fries.
And I got Maui onion, right? Maui onion with sriracha mayo with some edamame and furikake and rice.
The food at Leong's was okay. It definitely wasn't great. The poke bowls weren't that fresh, and it was far from the best poke we had on the trip. Stay tuned for that. But nearby, just a few stores down, is Lappert's Ice Cream, so we stopped in to check them out.
I got some fudge banana ice cream. Looks absolutely delicious. They have a lot of really good looking flavors.
I already hate some mine, but mine is like caramel macadamia nut with big chunks of macadamia nut. It's so
I think there's coconut in it.
For our anniversary, we managed to get reservations at Beach House Restaurant. This is only a short 5-minute drive from the Sheraton where we were staying, and it was one of the most highly rated restaurants we could find on Yelp anywhere in the area. They had a great selection of seafood and steaks, really delicious. The cocktails were good as well. They gave us a nice welcome champagne for our anniversary. There's also a really nice outdoor lawn kind of patio area. There was a few tables out there, but not many, but they allow you to go out and take photos. So if you can manage to get a reservation at sunset, as you can see, it is just gorgeous. We both ordered the surf and turf, which came with a fillet and 2 scallops. Everything was outstanding. The scallops were actually both of our favorite part of the meal. They were really well cooked. I definitely recommend this place for a special occasion dinner. If you're looking for fresh acai bowls, look no further than Little Fish Coffee. This is right by the hotel, walking distance. They have outstanding acai bowls as well as breakfast sandwiches. We got those on a different day, but here you can see 2 of the acai bowls. One was peanut butter and chocolate, the other was coconut and other fresh fruits. These were delicious. Get there early or order online because the lines get long. If you like poke, then you need to check out the Koloa Fish Market. It's less than a 10-minute drive from the Sheraton and has an amazing selection of really fresh poke to build your poke bowl from. Everything from traditional Maui onion, ahi, there was a wasabi one which I got, which was excellent. Do know that there's really no seating here. It is a market, so it's kind of intended as a to-go option. We grabbed a couple of bowls and took them back and ate them at the hotel. And don't forget, you can grab takeout from somewhere and come just enjoy it right along the beach, watching sunset at the Sheraton. Video just doesn't do justice how beautiful this is.
Okay, so earlier in the video, I think I mentioned that we got this stay for like 5 nights for like $500 or $600. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how that works, because it's something that I never paid too much attention to in the past. I know she had never even heard of before. We didn't know this was a thing until we actually did it the first time for Maui a couple of years ago. But I travel a lot for work, or used to travel more than I do now, but still a decent amount, and I have status with Marriott. So they'll occasionally send us offers, particularly for their vacation club, which is what this side of this property is a Marriott, or in this case Sheraton, vacation club. So every now and then you'll get this thing in the mail that's going to be like, hey, come out to our property for some pretty crazy low rate. For usually it's like 5 nights, 4 nights, something like that. And the whole deal is you have to agree to sit through a sales presentation. Now, it's not as bad as it sounds. I had kind of heard horror stories.
Like a timeshare kind of a thing, but
yeah,
at least with Marriott, you can go to all different properties all around the country, all around the world. They have Airbnbs, so unlike a timeshare where it's just that one place, that one time.
Yeah, so it's, if you're familiar with Disney Vacation Club, there's some like loose similarities because Disney has their own properties, but then also has deals with hotels. It's kind of the same thing. Basically, if you end up signing up, like you can stay at Marriott Vacation Club properties for a pretty reasonable rate comparatively, but they advertise it as then you can also stay at all Marriotts, which is actually technically true, but money-wise, it makes a whole lot less sense. We're not members. We did not sign up. And so like the whole deal is you just have to agree to come here and sit through the presentation. They'll tell you it's an hour. They're going to drag it out a little bit more than an hour. But if you're pretty just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this, I don't think they'll keep you there that much longer than an hour. And the only deal is if you don't show up. So like, you know, some people probably think, oh, okay, they're just going to like monopolize my entire thing. No, so you come in, you check in just like any hotel. You have your Marriott rewards number. They give you bonus points. You don't get elite nights, which kind of sucks, but
and they give you a date and a time that you have to go.
They give you this paper, and it basically says, you know, be here on this date at this time. If you don't do it, then they just adjust your rate and basically charge you what the full rate for your stay would have been. Now, don't do that because the full rate for this is probably something like $3,000-$4,000
for this room.
Yeah,
and they go up to like $2,500.
Yeah,
for like the villas a night.
And so we paid like basically one night, I think less than one night's actual stay for the whole 5 nights. So you show up, ours is this afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll sit there, and then it's an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then you have the entire rest of the trip to do whatever you want. So it's really not that bad. I highly recommend people do it. It's a great way to see places.
Just go in with a game plan and be on the same page. So we're gonna go in and say, yep.
Yeah, I mean, they can be pretty convincing. The Marriott one was not as convincing as some of the others. Like, I kind of joke that they, you know, tried to, it's very salesy. Like, the Disney one wasn't nearly as salesy as the Marriott one was. Where they tried to, like, prey on, oh, do you remember your family vacations as a kid? And blah, blah, it's dumb. But yeah, just go into it and enjoy an awesome stay. We living in Arizona typically seem to get them for Hawaii because we had this in Maui and now we've had this here. I know people in other parts of the country that'll get it for like Orlando or California. Those are less exciting. But yeah, I mean, keep an eye out for these. If you get them, they're not spam. They are real. And sometimes like this one didn't include it, but our Maui one even included a rental car, which was awesome. So basically the entire trip, other than airfare, was pretty much covered from that aspect. You just pay for food, obviously.
And that one we had an oceanfront view. This one we have a garden view. But yeah, that one was pretty sweet. Like for 4 of us
yeah, they'll let you bring your kids.
Yeah, for 5 days it was like $600 or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you can add on extra nights too at like a pretty reasonable rate if you decide you want to do that. So yeah, definitely recommend. They don't send them often, and if you get one and you don't do it, it's probably going to be a while before you get another one. So if you're able to, I would say capitalize on it and take that vacation.
In the interest of transparency, we did end up signing up for Marriott's Vacation Club, but there was no high-pressure sales pitch or anything. We could have easily said no and walked out, but for us it's something that makes sense because of the way we travel and how we always stay at Marriott properties. If you'd like us to make a video talking more about that, let us know. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure.